Hello, 8th grade parents. This is Mr. Mullen, your guidance counselor speaking. I have put together a little presentation to explain to you how to complete the Conestoga High School course selection form. The first slide is the course selection form without anything on it. And the next slide shows a child's name in the upper left-hand corner. That's what your card will look like. That will be a typed label in the upper left-hand corner with your child's ID and name and such on there. This course card is distributed by the Conestoga counselors to your children on February 6th. During the week of February 9th, the teachers will make recommendations on your child's card. All of the core teachers will make these recommendations. In the next slide, you'll see English. So this is just a sample, but the English teacher would select by checking the appropriate class and then initialing next to it. The social studies teacher would make a recommendation, initial it, and so on and so on. The next slides will show you how the math teacher has made a recommendation, and then the science teacher and the foreign language teacher. So you have 5 recommendations on your child's course card. These recommendations again take place during the week of February 9th, and they occur in your child's class. Some teachers will meet with the children individually to make these recommendations and to discuss them. Others may collect the cards, make the recommendations, and then return them. In the event that you do not agree with one of the teacher recommendations, you do have the option to override. You would simply fill out an override form that indicates the class you would like your child to take, and also then you would mark the card, you would check the appropriate class, and initial it yourself. Once the 5 core classes have been selected, the next thing you need to do is to select a few electives. And by a few, I'd say typically students would pick 2, 3, or 4. I think 3 electives is probably most appropriate, and the electives I refer to typically meet every day for 1 semester. So I'll show you what that looks like on a block schedule. In our example here of Mr. Bacon, he has selected personal finance under the business and technology heading, which has a 6 next to it. The 6 means that most likely it meets every day for half of the school year. And you'll notice that on a class like World Cultures, there's a 12, which means it meets every day for the whole school year. The next slide shows the back of the course selection card. Please make sure your child's name is in the upper left-hand corner. And the next slide shows that Mr. Bacon here chose drawing and painting, so he simply checks that. 2D graphic design and animation was next selected, and so this child, Mr. Bacon, has selected 3 electives. Okay, so far so good. Every 9th grader has to take health, so you need to check health, and every 9th grader also needs to take gym or PE, both first and second semester. So those 2 lines need to be checked as well. In the event that your child cannot get into some of the electives that they wanted, you need to write down some alternates so the counselors at the high school can make a substitution if they have to. So for example, if drawing and painting is not available because it's filled up already, then web design or web page design would be put in its place, and they wouldn't need to call you or anything. It would just be a seamless transition to the alternate elective. So those are in the event that you don't get your first choice. First choice electives are not available if those classes fill up with older students who get first choice. Next, what you do is you go through each column. If you'll notice, the front of the course card has 3 columns, and you just add the numbers down. So in our sample here, you can see 12 for world literature, 12 for world cultures, and 12 for algebra. So that's 36 that you write down at the bottom of column 1. Column 2 just has the science class in it, so that's 12. And column 3 has Spanish, which is 12, and personal finance, which is 6, which adds up to 18. And on the next page, the back of the course selection card, you add up the 6 for drawing, the 6 for 2D graphic design, you get 12, and then in the next column you simply add what you add your totals from column 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to get a grand total of 85 in this example. And basically 85 is right on target. You want a minimum of 72, but many parents and students also like to leave room for some study halls, and I'll help you figure that out in a few seconds. On the back page, you also must remember to sign it and date it and have your child sign it. We cannot accept the course cards if your signature is not on it. This next page is a student block schedule, and it shows the school year broken in to the first semester and the second semester. They run on a 6-day schedule, just like we do. So you'll see that world literature meets, in this example, first period every day the whole year. World cultures is period 2, algebra, intro to chem and physics, and Spanish 3. So those are core classes that meet every day all year, so you can see how much space they take up. Then during period 6, you can see that PE, which meets 2 days out of the 6-day cycle for both semesters. So that takes up 2 blocks in the first semester, 2 blocks in the second semester. It's also important to put health in. So health meets 3 days out of the 6-day cycle for half of the school year, or 1 semester. So that's, you can see how much room that takes up. Then I inserted personal finance, which meets every day for half the year, 2D graphic design, and drawing and painting. This block schedule lets you figure out how many study halls you're going to have. So you can see, in theory, during the first semester, this student, Mr. Bacon, will have a study hall, 1 study hall out of the 6-day rotation for half the year. And, oh no, I'm sorry, he'll have 6 plus 1, 7 for the first semester. And the second half of the year, he'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of the 6-day cycle. So that's what I believe to be an adequate amount of study halls, which are very good to have, especially during the freshman year, to make sure that your child has enough time to get their work done and is comfortable with the new workload. That's pretty much the process. So your child gets the card, the teachers make their recommendations, you discuss them with your child, change them if you feel you need to, select 3 electives perhaps, and write down your alternates, you sign the card, and you turn it in. The card is due back on February 20th, and I turn the cards in to Conestoga in the order in which I received them. If your child is in resource room, then the resource room teachers from the high school will come down and speak with them during before the 20th at some point to help them to schedule the resource room or the learning support at the high school. If your student is involved in the music program, I would urge them to talk to their music teacher about the different musical offerings, and the music teachers can help them figure out where those classes will fit in. A couple other notes under the English column: the newspaper, the yearbook, and the lit mag, those you need to apply for and be accepted in. The multimedia magazine is something that you can simply sign up for, and it's a good introduction to these other classes like newspaper, yearbook, and lit mag. So multimedia magazine is a new course I'd like to point out. I hope you found this little video helpful. As you know, please just give me a phone call if you have any further questions about how to complete this course card, but it is a straightforward process, and I look forward to helping you work through it. Thanks so much.